there's a huge correlation between HIV and TB, in the sense that they are correlated, but not there's no causative relationship, but there's a correlative relationship in the sense that they may occur at the same time, and one, HIV can predispose one to TB, and having TB is a pointer towards worsening HIV/AIDS. As I had mentioned earlier on, HIV/AIDS is a risk factor for tuberculosis, and so most people who are non-adherent to their antiretroviral drugs are more likely to become immunocompromised, and so they are more likely to have the latent TB infection to be reactivated, and now they go into the TB disease.
Right, so, and now even for this person, can they, because that's a whole other bit of misconceptions, are they able to stay in one, house with this person and all that? Debunk that for us.
That's a good question. So when you find you have TB, you're supposed to, the healthcare worker rather, should trace the other contacts, all the other people you have interacted with. That will help. It's called contact tracing. I think early in the days of COVID, there was something like contact tracing. So the same case with TB, you have to trace all the other people you have been in contact with. Once you start the anti-TB therapy, if you are adherent, within 2 weeks, you're not supposed to be able to transmit the infection. So the first 2 weeks, you should be isolated, but within 2 weeks, we have what we call the negativization of the sputum, in the sense that the sputum, because it's the one that contains the...
Simplify that for us, kindly.
The sputum is the one that contains the tuberculous bacteria, right? And it's the one that when you sneeze, now the other person inhales and gets the TB. Now, if you've been taking the drugs, now you are, you have the disease, you have the active form of the disease, you are infectious, right? Now, if you take the drugs, the anti-TB drugs, for the first 2 weeks, if you are adherent, then the sputum will cease to have the bacteria that can cause TB.
Right.
You get? So within 2 weeks of taking the drugs and being adherent, you can interact with others, but still you have to take the precautionary measures.
Does this apply for adults as well as young children?
Yes.
And mostly young children, let's say below 5. And my question would really be, even in matters of testing, because you tell us, the whole contact tracing, you'd been in this same room with this person, so let's say there was a 3-year-old child there, and as well as, let's say, a 21-year-old. So even the testing, because they've done the contact tracing, and they've met this 21-year-old as well as this 3-year-old child, are they going to do the testing the same for both of them?
Now, the testing is usually the same, both in children and in adults,